Hi, so today I'm going to share my top secret tie-dye techniques. Don't be sharing these with anybody else. So we're going to start with the bullseye design. I laid out my shirt. You want to follow your tie-dye kit, whatever the instructions may require. For our tie-dye that we use, we do a pre-soak, so that's why the shirt is wet. So you just lay your shirt out, pull from the center, and twist. And you're going to rubber band along the way. I start with smaller rubber bands and work my way up to larger once the shirt gets bigger. For a smaller shirt, you might want to use smaller rubber bands. Keep twisting. All the way down to the end. Okay, and for our tie-dye we have yellow, red, and blue. That way if they mix together they make really pretty colors as well. You want to watch out for your purples and your yellows together, they'll make a brown. So you can tie-dye it any way. You want to saturate it really well. I usually roll it and I break it into sections between the rubber bands. I'm adding a little yellow into this section because I'm going to do blue, which will turn those spots that I put yellow green. You want to make sure that you do it outside or someplace that you can kind of make a little bit of a mess, because as you know, tie-dye can be messy. We're going to move on to red. And I'm going to overlap with some yellow because that'll create orange. Let's go back to that blue and make a little green and blue. And again, you really want to saturate it well. Not so it's dripping, but so that it gets in and soaks in a little bit into your shirt to create the design. Let's overlap that red a little bit. We're gonna add some yellow, that'll make orange as well. Now if you don't wear gloves, it will stain your hands for a little bit, but it will come off in the bath. Or if you wash the dishes, it's not permanent. And let's end off with a little red here, and I'm gonna squirt a little blue. That'll make a little bit of a purple. Once you're finished with your tie-dye, you want to complete the finishing instructions according to your tie-dyeing kit. For our tie-dye, we bag them for 24 hours to let the dye set really well. So for this tie-dye design, we're going to do stripes. So you want to follow, again, your pre-soaks if it requires a pre-soak according to your tie-dye kit. I pre-soak this shirt. What you want to do is lay it out. I fold in your sleeves if you have sleeves on your shirt, and then fold it up from the middle. You're going to fold, and it's going to be like an accordion fold. So top, and then down. So that is your stripes. Let me do that one more time. I laid the shirt flat, pulled in, folded in the sleeves, and then brought it up halfway. You want to fold and do an accordion fold, kind of like a paper fan. Back, forward, back, forward. And then you want to rubber band all the way up. To hold your folds to create your design. Now it's rubber band into sections. You can tie-dye each section a different color. You could do stripes along it. Tie-dyeing, you can do any style. So I've picked the yellow, blue, and red again because they, when they mix, they make pretty colors as well. So I'm gonna do this one a little bit different, and I'm going to do kind of stripes along the shirt. So I started with a blue. Let's do a red. If they mix, it'll make a purple. You want to put quite a bit of tie-dye on it, not so it's dripping wet, but so that it gets down into the folds and creates the design that you want. Also do the sides and the bottom. I'm going to overlap a little bit so that it'll make a little orange, because now I'm going to use some red. And finish up with a little blue. And I'm going to leave a section white. You can leave a section white. That's okay. If you want to add a little color, I'm going to do a little on this end, and then maybe a little bit here, and leave a little white. You can do that as well. So this is stripes. So for the last technique, we're going to do spiral. This is very popular. It's one of my favorites. So you prepare your shirt for whatever your kit requires. Lay the shirt flat on your table. Again, you're gonna pick the middle and you're gonna twist. I take it between 2 fingers and my thumb. 2 fingers and my thumb. And I just grab it and twist. And twist until you get all the parts. Then I kind of play with the sleeves a little bit. Bigger rubber bands work better for this, for the spiral. You just want it to hold that shape. Maybe one more. And with the spiral, you want to tie-dye the top and the bottom. Now I tie-dye, I do my spirals pretty tight. So you want to make sure you get a good amount of tie-dye on your t-shirt, so that way the design comes out. Again, you don't want it dripping with tie-dye, but you want it to get enough in there so that you get your spiral effect. So I'm going to start on this side because you can really see the spiral. And I like to, similar to this design, you can kind of start in the middle see a little white there, so I just want to add a little bit more tie-dye just to make sure that those spots are covered well. Again, remember to flip it over. And that's your spiral tie-dye, making sure you do both sides.